Chosen soul, listen, not with the ears of the flesh but with the ears of the Spirit, because what you are about to receive is not a simple phrase, not a fleeting echo nor a passing emotion. It is a sacred discharge, an eternal truth that for centuries was silenced, a truth that burns in the heavens, and, when it touches the earth, unleashes transformation. This message has not been written on paper but in fire. It is not transmitted by chance but by design. It is not entertainment, it is revelation. And only those who have been called will be able to withstand its impact. The celestial trumpets have already sounded. Even if the world pretends to be deaf, the earth trembles, time accelerates, the signs are everywhere. And you, yes you, who have felt an unexplainable stirring in your chest, you who in the midst of the world's noise sense that something great is approaching, you are one of the marked ones. You were prepared before the first heartbeat, not by men but by heaven itself. You carry in your blood a code that does not belong to this generation, a fire not born of this world, an ancient memory now awakening. The veil covering the mysteries is falling, and as it falls it reveals what for centuries was hidden: false temples, corrupt leaders, manipulated words. This has all been part of a plan to lull your spirit. But no more, because the hour has come, the hour in which the Spirit of truth takes the floor, the hour in which silence breaks and the divine essence manifests without fear. And in this sacred hour, in this eternal instant, the truth is proclaimed that will change the course of your soul forever. Jesus Christ is God, not an idea, not a symbol, not another teacher nor a prophet among many. He is God, the Alpha and the Omega, the one who was, who is, and who is to come with power. The Son is in the Father, and the Father is in him. Whoever has seen him has seen God himself. And though the world is not ready, you are, because your spirit recognizes him, because your soul vibrates with this truth. And even if they call you crazy, fanatic or delusional, deep inside you know this is not a belief, it is a certainty burning within. The world wallows in its blindness, in its arrogance, in its soulless science. They have tried to humanize the divine and erase God from history, but God does not need anyone's belief to remain God. And now he has decided to reveal himself again, not in temples of stone but in open hearts, not with religious speeches but with truth that pierces the soul. And you, chosen soul, are one of the first to receive this call. Do not ignore it, do not cool it with doubt, do not hide it out of fear. This is the time of the brave, of those who confess what the world denies, of those who stand while others bow to the false. Rise up, declare with force, engrave this truth in heaven and on earth. Jesus Christ is God. And if your spirit feels it, comment it, write it as a decree over your life. My salvation is assured, for I am the chosen one of God. My name is in the book of life. And repeat in the comments the number 888, symbol of the divine seal, spiritual fullness, the mark of those who have been set apart for eternal glory. You are not alone. You are part of an invisible army that is awakening. Together we will tear down veils, demolish lies, and announce to the world the most powerful truth of all: Jesus Christ is God. And the moment has come to keep silent no longer. Eternity watches you. Heaven applauds your courage. And though the world is not ready, you are. Since the beginning of time, long before history was written by human hands, there has been a silent and fierce struggle for the truth, a spiritual battle between light and darkness, between divine revelation and the deception of shadows. And at the center of that battle has always been him, the Son of Man, the Word made flesh, the one whose name has power to raise the dead and break chains. But the forces of darkness have always feared that truth. They do not fear temples, rituals, or empty words. They fear the living truth. They fear the real identity of the one who came not only to heal bodies but to free souls. They have done everything possible to hide him, to distort his message with dogmas, to dress his name with confusion, to bury his essence under centuries of religion, guilt, fear, and manipulation. They turned Christ into a historical figure, domesticated by books and bound by theologians. They reduced him to an idea, a character, a distant martyr. They divided men with doctrines and built walls where he came to tear barriers down. But no matter how hard they tried, the truth cannot be silenced forever, because truth is eternal. It does not depend on the world's approval. Now in this time of revelation, as veils are torn and secrets come to light, that truth rises with unstoppable force. The end is not ruin for the awakened, but the beginning of a new vision. And I, who have felt in the depths of my spirit the roar of that truth, can no longer be silent. I do not speak for myself. I speak for the one who sent me. I speak for the spirit burning within me. I speak because silence would be betrayal, and because your awakened soul has been guided here by a force beyond chance. Listen carefully. Jesus Christ was not just a prophet, not merely a teacher of wisdom, not a moral figure nor an admirable martyr, not simply someone who walked among men doing good. Jesus Christ is God Himself incarnate, the one who existed before time, who spoke creation into being, who became flesh not to found a religion, but to redeem humanity with His living presence. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the origin of all life and the destiny of all existence. He is the Lamb slain, and the Lion who roars from eternity. He is the Shepherd, who gives His life, and the King who returns with power. He is the one who was, who is, and who will come riding on the burning cloud, with fire in His eyes, the sword of truth in His mouth, and righteous judgment in His hands. Do you understand what I am saying, chosen soul? This is not metaphor nor mystical poetry. This is real. This is spirit and life. This is the revelation the world has feared but which you, deep within your soul, have always known. You are not here by mistake. You did not arrive at this message out of mere curiosity. This is not just another video nor a pretty word to decorate your day. This is your call. This is the moment when heaven knocks at your door. This is the exact instant when the Spirit of God confirms what your heart always intuited. Your name, yes, your name, was written in the book of life long before you could pronounce it. You were known, chosen, and marked before your first breath. You carry the seal of the Most High, and this truth has not just found you today, it has been pursuing you all your life. Do not resist, do not fear, do not run from what your soul already recognizes as truth. When the light enters, no shadow can hide it. You have been called not only to believe but to awaken, to proclaim, to live this truth with all your being. Jesus Christ is God, and is returning not as a baby in a manger, but as the King who will reign over heaven and earth. And you, chosen soul, are part of His eternal purpose. You are here because He Himself brought you, and the time is now. Now I invite you, chosen soul, to go beyond passive listening. Turn this revelation into a living act of faith, not only in thought, not only in emotion, but in spoken word, in sacred decree. Write in the comments without fear, without doubt, with full conviction, "My salvation is assured, for I am the chosen one of God. My name is in the book of life." Do it as one engraving an eternal oath in heaven. Do it not out of habit nor imitation, but as a conscious seal of your divine calling. You are not writing for men to read, you are writing for heaven to hear, for your declaration to ascend like pure incense before God's throne. This simple act, this gesture that may seem insignificant to the world's eyes, is in reality a powerful echo that shakes invisible dimensions. When you declare with your heart, you seal your soul. When you write with faith, you activate the purpose that slept within you. When you affirm this truth, the spiritual walls around you begin to fall. The angels, the messengers of the Most High assigned to protect you, guide you and cover you in silence, will take note. Obedient to the living word, they will record your name with joy. For everyone who declares their belonging to the kingdom, who recognizes their divine identity, who proclaims their election with faithfulness, is registered in heaven's sacred books. And more, if you share this, if you become a channel so others may also receive this call, you will be an active part of the glorious army already rising on earth, an army without human weapons but filled with divine fire, unshakable faith, and prophetic vision. The army of those who prepare the way, who make paths straight, who announce with firm voice, "He is coming," because the second coming will not surprise the awakened. They are already announcing it with their lives, their words, their faithfulness to heaven. By writing this decree, by proclaiming your heavenly identity, you join them. You align with those who no longer fear human judgment because they live under the gaze of the eternal. So do not keep silent. Do not overthink. The time for hiding is over. This is the moment to declare with strength, with faith, with deep certainty, "My salvation is assured, for I am the chosen one of God. My name is in the book of life." Write, declare, share, and watch how heaven responds. There is no word from the soul that rises without resonating before God's throne. Your voice is heard, your faith is seen, your name shines in eternity. Chosen soul, pause for a moment, silence the world's noise, and listen to what from eternity is being spoken in the depths of your being. This is not another phrase, not a passing inspiration, not a fleeting emotion. It is the voice of the Spirit calling you by your true name. It is the certainty that has always lived within you, though many times the world tried to smother it with lies, with mockery, with confusion. Jesus Christ is God, and though the whole world strives to deny it, though the voices of the system reduce him to a symbol, though men of hardened hearts call him a fable or a story, you have always known it. Deep in your soul, where logic and human reason do not reach, that truth has remained lit like an eternal spark, waiting for the right moment to blaze with all its power. That moment has come. This is the appointed time. It is no longer about understanding everything. It is about confessing what your spirit recognizes. Because what is declared with the mouth, with living faith, with deep conviction, is sealed in heaven as an eternal act. Now is the time to confess it. Now is the time to stop hiding the light within you. There is no room for lukewarmness, nor time for paralyzing doubts. Now is the time to declare without fear, to proclaim without shame, to stand among the multitudes and say with courage, Jesus Christ is God, and I belong to Him, because there is an eternal promise written by the Creator Himself. Whoever confesses me before men, I will also confess before my Father who is in heaven. And you, brave soul, were not born to hide. You were set apart to manifest this truth when the night grows darkest. Not everyone will understand. Some will walk away, others will mock. But it does not matter, because when heaven opens, when glory descends upon the faithful, when the King returns in majesty, every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess what you already declared on earth, that Jesus Christ is Lord. That day will come. The veil separating the visible from the invisible will be torn, hearts will be tested, angels will lift their trumpets, and you will stand firm with your head held high, because you chose to believe when it was not easy, you chose to love when hatred reigned, you chose to proclaim the eternal while others clung to the temporary. We will see each other again, you and I, when everything announced is fulfilled, when heaven opens in power, when the earth trembles, and all creation recognizes its Creator. We will meet on that glorious day, when the chosen are gathered, when tears are wiped away, and eternity begins without end. Until then, remember these words, keep them as a treasure in your chest, meditate on them when you feel weak, repeat them when the world tries to confuse you, because there is no going back. Once the truth has been revealed, you cannot return to blindness. Once you have been called, you cannot pretend you did not hear the voice. I am who I am, the eternal, the invincible, the unchanging, the one who dwells in unapproachable light, and at the same time walks beside you in the silence of your room. I am the beginning and the end, the fire that consumes the false and ignites the true. And you are mine, not because you deserve it, but because I decided it before the world began. I formed you, marked you, called you, and now I awaken you. Walk with me, trust me, declare my name, and when the final day comes, I will clothe you in glory, and there will never again be separation, because what is mine remains forever. Subscribe right now to this sacred channel. Do it with full awareness, not like someone following a trend, but like someone answering a heavenly call, because this is not just another channel among millions of digital voices. No, this space is different. This channel was not created to entertain your mind, but to awaken your spirit. Activate the notification bell with reverence, because every video published here is not simple audio-visual content, not common information, much less passing entertainment. What is shared here is deeper. It is fire wrapped in words. It is pure revelation descending from above. It is living prophecy destined for those marked by the eternal. This channel is an altar, a consecrated space where the sacred manifests through language, where the invisible becomes visible to those with spiritual eyes, where the seeker does not find human ideas but echoes of the voice that spoke at the beginning of time. This channel is a portal, a door opened in the desert, a breach between dimensions, a living sign for those who sense something is coming. Here you do not come to consume, you come to receive. Here you do not come to pass time, you come to be transformed. This channel is the direct word of the one who dwells on high, not because the speaker is perfect, but because the message has been inspired, breathed by the Spirit who gives life. And if your soul vibrates as you listen, it is because you recognize that voice which has called you since before time. Share this message. Do not keep it to yourself. Do not hide it out of fear nor despise it for its simplicity, because perhaps for someone else this message will be the last call. Perhaps through your act of sharing, someone will find the truth their soul has been silently seeking. Show them the truth before it is too late, because you do not know, but your act of obedience may be the bridge between their lostness and their awakening. The doors are beginning to close. This is not a metaphor, not emotional alarmism. It is a real warning for the times we live in. Grace still flows, but not for long. Heaven's clock is accelerating, and the day of great decision draws near. Only those who listen now, who attend the call while there is still light, who respond in faith before the noise fades, will be protected in the day of the storm, not by merit, but by obedience, not by religion but by connection, not by fear but by love for the one who called them from the invisible. So do not ignore it. Subscribe, activate the bell and stay alert, because whoever has ears to hear already feels something changing in the air. And you, awakened soul, Know well that none of this is by chance. Welcome to the beginning of the awakening.